This is the PKS Running Club. Ordinary runners, extraordinary stories. I'm Paul, PKSRUNS, and each week I sit down with another runner and get their real story. Not the highlight reel, whoever they are. Find me on YouTube, Instagram and TikTok as PKSRUNS. Enjoy the show. So, welcome back to the PKS Running Club podcast. Last year, I launched this podcast, and if I'm completely honest, it was a little bit self-indulgent. It sat dormant for a number of months. I did Red January earlier this year, which had about 5 listeners, but you guys know who you are. I wanted to relaunch this podcast to understand more of other runners' stories. I don't want this to be about me. I want to chat with other people like me who get out and run, people who enjoy it, people who don't enjoy it. And today I'm absolutely thrilled that I've got a local runner, Jake, joining me on the podcast. So, Jake, welcome. How does it feel to be number one, effectively?
Well, Mr. Runs, thank you very much for having me. Yeah.
Mr. Runs.
That's either your Instagram handle or you after a good curry. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. And I can see you've dressed appropriately. England are, at this point of recording, still in the World Cup. And I hope by the time it's live, we will still be in the World Cup.
Yes. It is. What's today? Monday the 13th. So, yeah. Bring on Argentina on Wednesday. And then...
How are you feeling? How are you feeling about that game?
Nervous about every single game. I think it's just a very nervy time to be an England fan. We've seen it all before, haven't we?
We have seen all of it before. I mean, honestly, on Saturday evening, sorry. I was just sat there just thinking, I'm just waiting for this all to come crashing down.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that. Yeah. We seem to let a couple of loose goals in, and then we turn up and play a game of football. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll keep everything crossed. In honesty, I am looking forward to the World Cup being over, because I'm looking forward to all of the England flags coming down. In terms of like the England football flags, and then we're just left with the other England flags.
Yes.
It's a bit confusing at the moment. I'm like, who's a football fan?
And who's a
reformer? Obviously, I run an open house, but I do like to know. So
they're all right for now. They can stay for now, and then
they can, can't they?
And then
they can.
We'll see what happens. I mean,
permissible.
If on Sunday we end up pulling a game out, and then I think they should stay up for the year.
Yeah, yeah.
And another little star. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Is that what the star's for?
Yes. Major championships, World Cup shirts.
Yeah. There we go.
The more you know.
Never knew that.
The more you know.
Yeah. So, Jake, we met. Well, you can't really call it meeting, can you? Because I was out running, just minding my own business, and you heckled me and gave me a high five. This is right, yeah?
This is right. This is very right.
It was the most powerful high five I've ever received.
It was intervals. You got me in the middle of an interval. That was the trouble.
So you were running at pace, and that was that. And honestly, up until that point, I just thought I was creating content in a vacuum, and no one was watching it other than like my family and friends. And I knew that I had some followers, but they were all just randoms until suddenly somebody says PKS and gives me a high five, and I'm like, I don't know that guy.
So I think that was probably October time 2024.
Oh,
so that was
fresh on the back of my marathon.
Yes, because I don't remember seeing that content. But do you want to know? I haven't told you this, but do you want to know something funny? It was probably...
I always want to know something funny. Had you just shit yourself?
No, not quite. So I started running about 6 weeks before that, maybe a month before that, and I just downloaded Runner, and I just want to train for a half marathon. I'm not doing a half marathon, bearing in mind I am not a runner at all, and we'll get onto that bit later. I am not a runner. But I was just scrolling, as I do, through Instagram, and a video came up. And you were running past my house. along the MDR, and I genuinely went to myself, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Sitting here scrolling. This bloke's going for a run past my house. I've got my running shoes on and went for a run.
Amazing.
I smashed out.
I love that.
I smashed out 10k sometime in October. It killed me. Right, I just thought, I'm going. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. Managed to get round a loop, and yeah, that was it. That was probably the first run in 5 or 6 years. And that was all down to Senior Runs. So yeah,
amazing.
A lot of thanks for that.
Yeah,
inspirational. Look at that. Oh,
that's incredible. It's bizarre how many stories like that I've heard, actually, and it is genuinely really encouraging, because I think you do think that you're just throwing stuff out there into the vacuum and no one sees it, and we were talking about this before we went live, weren't we? You know, people just see so much content. You scroll through it, you never know what impact what you put out there is going to have on people. So I'm absolutely thrilled that you are now on the podcast. And I have to say, the NDR, so for those of you who are listening outside of Bridgwater,
Runner's Mecca,
the NDR is, I would say, my nemesis for the most it's the most boring bit of running there is. I don't know what it is. I've run on roads all over the place. The NDR, there is some sort of psychological.
You've got 2 kilometres end to end of just a pretty straight road, which is identical all the way down. It's just houses and estates, and you see the cars, and then they're stuck in traffic. You overtake them, they get back past you. It's just monotonous and very boring.
It is. And I will do anything to not go on the NDR.
Where I used to live, every run would start on that road from my house, and I'd always go the same route down to Chiltern or down up onto the river. And you've just got 2 kilometres to get down to the end before you can actually see something different.
Yeah, something interesting.
It was a very laborious home straight. But, But yeah.
So this is something I've been thinking about recently. Is we often talk about when people get back into running. So October 2024 was when you got back into running.
I motivated myself to get out and put my shoes on, which I hadn't been able to motivate myself for a long time.
What was it that then? So what stopped you from exercising and running? Like, had you run before?
When I was younger, in my mid-20s, I was living with some mates, and we'd go out and play football. We'd go for some runs and this and the other. I remember going down to London 2017 to watch my friend run London Marathon. And I was there. We went to watch him, got up early with a big old bag of can and a pack of 20 cigarettes, and spent the day watching all these athletes. I watched Mo Farah come past while smoking a cigarette and drinking a can of beer. And I just thought, this is pretty fun. And then, we would go out sometimes, go for a run, and not often. There was no routine to it. There was just doing it for fun. Go do 5K, and there was no routine, no training, no end goal. I think that was the tricky bit, not having an end goal.
And was there a moment then that the motivational light switched off? Like, you talked about going out and like playing football with your mates. Like, I remember that, actually, thinking about it. Like, I remember, we would often be out, we'd play basketball on someone's hoop, or we'd play football. Like, is it adulting? Is that
time?
Is that the switch?
Time is hard, and you think it's only half an hour for a run, isn't it? But it's not half an hour for a run, isn't it? You've got to psych yourself up, get your gear on, actually go for your run, come back, cool off, jump in the shower, and it's probably closer to an hour by the time you've got yourself in the right place to go. For me, it is anyway. It's never straightforward. Unless you are one of those people that can just, like a robot, just shoot straight on out the door. I need to, if my headphones aren't charged, I'll delay my run by half an hour while they charge.
Yeah.
Things like that. But adulting is hard, isn't it? Right.
It's really hard.
I mean, you've got kids, don't you? I don't have any kids. I've got a lovely fiance and a pretty simple life, and I still find it hard to fit in. But it's really forcing yourself to get out the door. But once you do, you never regret it. I don't think I've ever been on a run that I've come back and gone, God, that was rubbish. It might have been rubbish runs, but I've never felt bad after coming back. Even if you don't complete the distance, even if you don't do what you want to do, you always come back feeling a bit better.
Yeah, 100%. My run this morning was a shit show, really. I tired, ate badly yesterday, haven't slept well all weekend. like, no, there wasn't a part of the run this morning that I found enjoyable. But when I got back, I'm like, yeah, done it. Brilliant. Great. I feel, I do on balance feel better for it. And yeah, like you say, I don't think anyone ever regrets it.
No, I think it's just brilliant for you. Just get the blood flowing, just get the body working. Most of us are going to sit in a desk for the next, 8 hours of a day. Your body's stagnant, not doing much. It needs that bit of get up and go, like first thing in the morning. And I don't think there's anything better you can do than get out, go for a walk, go for a run, get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Before you get on your phone and scroll TikTok for half an hour or have a coffee. Just try and let your body wake up semi-naturally.
Yeah.
It sets you up for a good day.
It really does. So what are the moments then that, like when you're in that procrastination, because I mean, honestly, that is me down to a T. So the reason I do the gym at 6:30 is because it is like, I have to book it a week in advance.
You're paying for it.
And I'm paying for it. So it's like, I want to be there. If I don't go, and in fact, if you cancel less than 12 hours before, you get fined. So there's like actually a financial incentive to be there. But otherwise, I know that like the weekend's so hard for me because I don't have that fixed moment. I think on Sunday, or Saturday, I think I procrastinated for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I recorded a story and I was like, yep, ready to go out for my run. It was 2 hours before I left the house. So what are the bits that ultimately get you out the door? Like what's the, what is it that flicks for you to say, yeah, come on, let's just get out there and do this?
There's two elements, I think. One is I've had a bit of consistency and I can see I'm getting better and I need to keep that up if I want to get better. Because I'm not I've not been a quick runner and I've seen so much improvement from, 6.5 minute kilometers down to 4.5 minute kilometers over 5K. And seeing that improvement in, months, probably, maybe 3 or 4 months you want to stay on top of that. And you've got all the tech and all the data nowadays. You see your fitness trends and all the other data that you can have a look at, and it's giving you a prediction of what you like. And you see the graph starting to go down and go, shit, I got to go out. I got to do something today. That gets you out, like not wanting to lose all the hard work you put in so far. And having a target and a goal. So
Does like Strava kudos, anything like that? Does any of that play into it, or
not so?
Does that streak,
I like the streak. I was when I was up to the marathon, I was on a 32-week streak, and I was like, oh, this is brilliant. Then I went on holiday for 3 weeks, didn't do any running because we're out in Thailand. It's 40 degrees and roasting hot. You can't even walk 100 meters, let alone go for a run. And I lost the streak, and then honestly, it just fell apart. I was just like, I can't be asked to go for a run when I get home. And going out there, I was so up for staying on the running, keeping it up, going home, signing up for another race and giving it a go. But I spent I did 4 runs in 3 months, which is pretty, like, considering I was doing 85 kilometers a week at the peak and then going to doing maybe 30 kilometers in 3 months. It just, you just lose it. You just lose the mojo.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been there multiple times. Like my Strava history is, it's peaks and troughs. And I think there's 1 year, in fact, where I don't think I even did 100 miles. I think maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And, like feast and famine for me.
Yeah.
So let's rewind then a little bit. I think we'll come back to that kind of, I suppose, that motivation loss around holiday. But so you got back out, started running in October 2024, and then this year you did the Brighton Marathon.
That's right, yeah.
What was your journey to get there then? So you started with your 10K. So, I mean, which in fairness, a lot of people would be like, oh, what should I should do the couch to 5K. Oh, you're just like, oh, fuck it, I'll do the 10K. Let's just go straight there.
All or nothing.
Like, what was your journey?
So it's a funny one. So I said I started running back in October, I think 24, when I saw you, and that lasted about 2 months, 3 months, and I could see myself getting better. I picked up an injury. My knee, I've got some dodgy knees, but my knee wasn't feeling right, and I was getting all these pains down my leg. Then I picked it up again for a couple of months back in, maybe April, May time. So maybe again another 8 weeks. Stopped running, and my younger brother's a keen runner, and we were away on Centre Parks for the weekend. We'd all had a couple of shandies, and he goes, Jacob, do you want to run Brighton Marathon with me? Because to raise money for our granddad who passed away. And I went, yeah, okay, signed up there and then on the spot, and sort of woke up with a dizzy head thinking, oh no, I've signed up for that and I didn't put the refundable insurance on. So I was like, well, if I'm asking people for their money, because I needed to raise £500, if I'm asking people for their money, I got to do this properly. I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I am healthy enough to go and run a marathon.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are. You'll be surprised at what, 4 or 5 months of hard work get to where that gets you. And it is hard work. But yeah, he just said, well, after a couple of beers, I'll go sub 3 hours if you go sub 4 hours. And I went, okay. And we signed up.
Wow.
So, and that was for nothing. I hadn't run at all at that point. I was in another fallow spot.
Yeah.
And was asked the big question, will you run a marathon with me?
He what, sorry?
He asked the big question, will you run a marathon with me? And I went, yeah, I'll give it a go.
And presumably then you didn't actually run it together.
No. He was in a different wave. He blew up at kilometre 17, bless him, and still came back at 3:17 or something like that. He didn't have the best of times, but I had a brilliant time. Honestly, it was one of the most rewarding experiences.
Really?
Yeah, one of.
Yeah. Okay. So, what? Talk me through that then. So, I mean, we don't. Let's not go into the nitty gritty of your training plans and that sort of stuff. But talk to me about how did you prepare yourself? Because a marathon is a really long way.
Yeah.
I think even, whether you're fit, you've been running for years, I think I completely agree with you. I personally think everybody has a marathon in them. Depends on what they're willing to sacrifice and how hard they're willing to train. But what were the things that you had to change to go from being like a bit haphazard, a couple of months on, a couple of months off, to actually getting out there and doing the Brighton Marathon?
A fear of failure is a great motivator. It's a huge motivator. I'm asking people for money. I don't want to let these people down. And that's what's motivating. I'm raising it for a good cause. And I'd also said that I will match the donations that came in. So we raised the £1,700, and my minimum fundraising required was £500. So I donated £500 of my own cash as well. And 500 quid ain't free. So you need to be all in. Right. If you're gonna put your money where your mouth is, you need to be all in. But it was so I was working shift at the time, and I started my training the beginning of November. And you're talking, it's horrible and dark. I work a 12-hour shift from 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening. I leave the house at 6:30 in the morning. So some days I was going out at 4:30 in the morning to run 15 kilometres before a 12-hour shift in the freezing cold and the dark. And it was brilliant. Honestly, there's like you wrap up warm, you'll be fine. Yeah. Like I said earlier, I don't think I've regretted a run. Even when you're soaked through, you realise you're getting better. You realise you've got a target, you've got a goal. You can get out and do it. The biggest thing that's stopping you is wanting to stay in bed. But if you don't have a choice, which in my head I didn't have a choice, I need to get out and go. Because I'm not going to do it when I get back from work, because that's never going to happen. Because I will just go in, eat some food, and go to bed.
So do you find that you're quite I guess in that decision-making process, then it's almost quite a binary decision. It's like, I'm either doing this or I'm not doing it. It's as simple as that.
I became obsessed with running for 5 months.
Yeah.
It was, and we talk about financial investment. I went and bought myself a new smartwatch thinking, I've just spent 600 quid on this. I better get my money's worth. You buy a new pair of running shoes, it's 100 quid. I better get my money's worth. And once you start, it should be a cheap sport. It really should be a cheap sport, shouldn't it?
It really should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I reckon I should take on golf. It might be cheaper.
Yeah, I genuinely, I used to play golf and had a golf membership. I've got nice golf clubs. This is probably 4 years ago. I think I stopped playing golf, and I definitely spend more on running than I ever did on golf ever. Like I used to feel like, oh, I need to buy myself a pair of golf shoes. Oh, do you know what? I'll make them last.
Yeah.
No way I'm making my running shoes last. It's like, if they stop feeling like comfy, that's it. They're done. I mean, look, not anymore. I don't have a job. I'm not made of shoes anymore. But but I think every time I've got back into running, at the start of it, I've done that exact same thing. Be like, right, I'm going to upgrade my watch. I'm going to get myself some new gear, feel good about it, and feel like I'm going to have to
justify
earn it. Always retrospectively, though. I'm so impulsive. I can't do I tell you what, I'll see how this goes for 3 months. If I'm into it in 3 months, I'll get the watch. I'm like, no way. Give me the watch now, and I'm getting into it.
Yeah, you're investing in yourself, aren't you? And you're accountable to yourself. If you've done that, I'm not saying I'm trying to start, but I hate wasting money. Absolutely hate. Yeah. I hate going to a restaurant and you have a meal and it's average and you just spend 50 quid on a meal and being like, well, that wasn't value for money, was it? I've been conned. I do not like being conned. But you're investing in yourself. You need to. Yeah. You need to really. It's a mind game. The start is a mind game. It's an absolute mind game, and that's what keeps you in not running for 3 months, and that's what gets you out doing 5 runs a week at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And how was your marathon then? Like,
phenomenal.
Talk about that.
Phenomenal. I've put the training in. I think I did my 5-month build up from zero running, from 0 kilometres a week. In 5 months I did 1,000 kilometres, excluding the race. I was out all the time. The long runs, almost all the training was done in the winter, and because it's a Australian marathon. And then the day of the race, it's like 18 degrees and sunny, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be brilliant. It was phenomenal. The race itself went perfectly to plan. I said I want sub 4 hours. I got 3:57, and didn't hit the wall too badly. I made sure I read a lot about your carb loading, about your hydration, and just made sure I had it all down, and just how I had a plan and I stuck to it. I could have gone quicker. So I've signed up to the Bridgwater Half Marathon to get me going again. And I'll tell you what, that first half of the Brighton Marathon, it felt like a 10K training run. I felt like I got to the halfway point and I felt absolutely brilliant. And I've got the 4 hour pacer just in front of me. And I thought, I'm going to see if I can get a few minutes on this person. Then I know as soon as if they come past me at the wall, then I know where I need to be. And I just managed to get a few minutes ahead and just sit there. And the last 10K, last 7K was hard. There was a moment where I was thinking, shit, this is it for me. But you might not even know this. You probably don't know this. My plan was to propose to my partner at the finish line. So I did not know that. I've had big reason to get over that line.
This is our first proper conversation, other than the conversation we had about cheese at Christmas, I think, outside Marks and Sparks.
Yeah, no, it's Chelsea buns.
Chelsea buns, that's it. Yeah.
But yeah, I given my dad a ring the day before and I said, when I get over that line, I need this. So, things like that motivate you. You've got lots of people rooting for you. Everyone had come down to cheer me and my brother on. And silly me.
And so you proposed on the finish line?
Yes. Well, I managed to get through the pen, get my bottle of water and a banana and a medal. My brother found me, dragged me to where everyone was waiting, and the rest is history, as they say. Oh, and she said yes, which is even better. But and I don't know what you're like after a marathon or anything like that. It's quite an emotional place to be. Like your body is drained.
Oh gosh.
You could cry for no reason, I'm there, and
Oh yeah.
I couldn't even get my words out, and I'd spent the
Oh
last
god.
3 hours thinking about what I was going to say in my head. So, and then when I get to the end, it's just
Yeah.
gibberish comes out, and I'm crying on the floor. So, yeah, big up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you find something to motivate
Yeah, I
yourself.
completely get that. I am. Yeah, I cry after every marathon without fail. You know, whether it's gone bad or good, it's just it just requires, I think, so much emotional resilience just to get around. I think,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think you just have this outpouring. So yeah, so I don't need to ask, kind of like, where did you go then mentally, like when the run became hard? Evidently you're thinking, well, I've got a proposal at the end of this, so
Yeah.
that's got to be pretty motivating.
Very motivating.
That's incredible.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
And when you've spent 30, I could have crossed the line at 5 hours. That would have been fine. But to dig deep and go, actually, it's on here. It's on. I set a target. I've planned this fairly well, I think, and it's still achievable. You've got this. Dig deep.
Yeah. I think that is. I think when it's going well, it's so. I think there's that psychological boost that you get. You get the endorphin boost. You get the energy boost, and if you can harness that and just literally run with it, then it's brilliant. So then what happened next? Because you went off on holiday pretty soon, didn't you? You had a bit of a downtime after the race, and I guess natural recovery.
Yeah.
And then holiday, and that's the point at which you then lost motivation. So what happens there?
So I bought my running shoes with me with the intention of go some nice runs.
Yeah.
In Australia and Thailand, and this would be brilliant. They stayed in the bag the entire time. Never took them out. Never took my running gear out. Yeah. And I ate food and drank beer and enjoyed my holiday. And came back 7 kilos heavier in 3 weeks, which I think is quite impressive.
Yeah, that's solid. That's worth celebrating.
And it was a celebration. We had a brilliant time on holiday, and I just came back and running seemed hard again. It's at first. So I went for a few runs to try and keep the streak alive, and I'd realised it gets to Sunday afternoon. I'm like, shit, I haven't gone for a run yet. So I just put my shoes on and do 5K. And I'm like, why has this got so hard? Why is this so hard all of a sudden? This was a breeze. Yeah. And you start to doubt yourself a little bit, and you start thinking, I'm not as good as I was. And you try and put another run in. And I just didn't have the motivation to go, right, let's keep some consistency. Let's have a plan. Let's enjoy it again. Because I love the training. The training was, there were highs and lows, but fundamentally it was brilliant. It teaches you self-discipline. It really does teach you to look after yourself a bit as well. Because there's nothing worse than going at the end of the training block and going, I've got 33 kilometres to do tomorrow. It looks pretty miserable out there. It's going to be miserable tomorrow, but I've got to get out and do it. It helps you. It teaches you that. Yeah,
it does. And so, obviously, on your holiday, you talk about, you gained 7 kilos, which is impressive. So clearly, you're a man who likes his food.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So how does that work? In terms of like the training, how do you manage, good nutrition with not making life just miserable? Which I think, I think some people, certainly there's a lot of runners I follow who appear to just eat the most miserable looking food, and I think, gosh,
that wasn't me.
And I used to be one of them. Like, how do you manage that?
So I sort of looked at it as, I've ran X amount of kilometers this week. You can sort of eat what you want a bit, as long as you keep the protein high, make sure you get some carbs before your runs, and make sure you're hydrated. And you're burning thousands of calories. Your body needs fuel. This is what gets you round. Your body needs the fuel. Right. So I sort of ate what I wanted, made sure I was getting fruit and veg, but I wouldn't worry about the second portion or anything like that. It was actually quite liberating, thinking, actually, I can go down to Nando's and have a two-person sharer all to myself. That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
solid.
Loads of chicken.
We need to go and do that together. That sounds like a video in the making.
Well, that's what I did 2 days before the Bridgwater Marathon. I went out with some friends down to Nando's. They were having a beer. I drove, and I had a two-person share. Thinking, this is the carb load. Here we go. I've got loads of rice, 2 portions of rice, some garlic bread, some can't remember what else. The grains and a half a chicken or a whole chicken. It was brilliant.
I'm in awe.
Yeah. It did take me a lot of ChatGPT to figure out what the perfect carb-loading fast food was.
Yeah. I mean, you actually can't go. You genuinely can't go wrong in Nando's. I think with like the rice and there was a time where I was really disciplined. I'd have like the rice and sometimes the grains or the slaw or maybe the broccoli.
The peri chips, man. You can't.
Yeah,
they're
just so tempting. Yeah. They're so good, and I'm like, they're 440 calories of enjoyable carbs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, plenty of salt on there as well. You need all that.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, and I guess the problem is that when we're training for the marathon, you're doing 85-kilometer weeks. You're eating all your seconds. It's I certainly find it very hard to switch off that eating mindset when I then go into like a couple of weeks of recovery, and I'm like, I'm eating like I'm training, but I'm not training.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, I was on holiday, so everyone puts on a bit of weight over holiday. I think I probably ate far more than I should have and drunk far too much as well. I mean, when they offer you a beer for 50p, you're like, yes, you can't really say no to that, can you?
Yeah, you want to keep the good people of Thailand in employment.
Yes,
don't you?
Of course. Yeah, they rely on our tourism.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about now then. So we are 9 weeks away from the Bridgwater Half Marathon.
We are indeed.
Which I suggested that you run, and I'm going to come and pace you.
Sounds like a plan.
Which is pretty exciting. So, what do the next 9 weeks look like for you? Like, because are you going from zero again, or are you like? Are we saying there's some level of base from which you're building from?
It's difficult because the weather is so warm at the moment. To decide whether I've still got it in me. So Friday, was it Friday or Saturday? I went for my first run pretty much since the marathon. And I said, right, this is the start of the block. This is consistency. Let's go. No, Saturday I did that, and I did 7K, and at the same route that I've done hundreds of times before now, and it felt so hard. And I was sitting at like 6-minute kilometers. It was 25 degrees outside, and I'm like, shit, this is hard again. I've lost it. I don't know how much of that I can attribute to the heat, but I've basically gone, I'm in training mode now. Don't get injured. You're running 5 days a week for the next 9 weeks. Yeah. And you're going to get the miles up again. Start slow. I think this week and next week's 30 kilometers. And then we're sort of slowly building up. I don't think I'm going to do any long runs. I'm not going to go over half marathon distance in the training. I think most I'm going to do is about 16, 17, and the rest will follow. Yeah. But, I'm just going to try and get on the hills or up the bypass around Cannington and up and down that a lot, because that's not a pleasant hill. It just seems to go forever.
It does. Yeah. Well, actually, I was going to say which way, but actually both ways.
Yeah, both is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's something I've never integrated.
I think I went out there last week, actually. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Yeah. Long and nondescript.
Yeah. That's something I've never integrated as like specific hill training, but I think, so I'm out tomorrow morning again, just easy 5K. I don't care what the time is. If it's 7 minutes a kilometer, I don't care. I'm just there to get the engine going. Try and integrate the hills. I want to be at a position where I can easily go sub 2 on the half, because I'm not there at the moment. I ran a sub 4 hour marathon 3 months ago, barely trained, and now I'm like, there's no way I could consistently run a half marathon at the moment. So I'm aware there's a lot of work to do. I just need to head down.
But I do think though. I think the kind of like the arc of kind of improvement will be. I think it'll probably be quite steep.
Yeah.
I think because the body knows what it's doing now. It's not going to be weeks of like shock syndrome, kind of going, oh my goodness, like what are you doing to me? Be like, oh, we're doing this thing again. Okay, cool.
I'm
Right,
hoping
we
so.
know. Yeah, the body's so smart at adapting and building fitness. So I think I'm pretty sure you'll crush it. We'll do some runs together, and certainly, I think we'll have some fun doing it.
We'll have a plan.
Will you? So it sounds like you're not going to follow a plan. Just going to kind of like freestyle it.
I want to do two tempo sessions a week, or one tempo, one interval, a couple of easy runs and a longer run, something up of 10k, and slowly build that from 10 to maybe 17 over the 9 weeks. But I don't think I'm happy with the distance. I couldn't do it now, but I'm happy I'll be able to consistently do the distance in 9 weeks' time. However, if I want to, I'm all in. If I want to do it in 150, which would be a 7-minute PB for me, then I gotta do the work. It doesn't come free. Blood, sweat, and tears.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I mean, we'll get you 150.
Yeah,
I feel good about it. Yeah. I feel confident for you. And I think the thing that gives me great encouragement is back at the start of the call, we talked about you went out and you ran 10k in an hour and 20. So, twice, that's a 2-hour 40 half marathon off, but I mean, give or take, off absolutely nothing. Yes. You are not there. You are, probably if I put a gun to your head tomorrow, we could probably get you around the 2 hour 5 minutes. I would imagine.
Yeah, a nice flat course if it's a bit cooler, probably. Yeah. Some fuel and hydration on it. Sorry, that's something I didn't mention earlier when you're talking about the marathon training. I didn't fuel for most of until the runs got above about 25 kilometres. I wasn't fueling or hydrating at all on the runs.
Yeah, okay.
Because I just had nowhere to hold it and this, that, and the other. And it makes a difference. Fuel yourself well, get a plan, do the calculations, do the maths. Yeah. It will save you. It will absolutely save you. And that sixth gel is not nice.
Yeah, no, it really isn't. So at what point then did you start fueling? Was it literally race day was the first time you tried it?
No, it was the last 3 long runs I think I did. So that was from 25 to 33 kilometers. And it wasn't race day fueling. It was, I'll bring 2 gels with me. We'll get around with it. We'll have 2 gels just to make sure I'm not sick or I don't shit myself. It's an occupational hazard.
It really is. Yeah. Have you ever on a run?
I had a code brown once. And I was at the top of the bypass and I called the missus and said, I'm here. Come get me now. I've stopped running. I can't run. I am waddling down the hill. And it's a Sunday morning. It was meant to be a long run. It was meant to be like 18 kilometers. I think I managed about 7. And I'm waddling down the hill and I call her back, say, no, it's gone back in. I'm just going to walk home. I think that's better for me than you getting out of bed and coming to rescue me. And I was still like 2.5, 3 kilometers from home. I was like, I'm just going to walk it, jog it back in, and that's me done for the day.
It's horrendous, isn't it? The shit sweats, I call it. It's like, the feeling is, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, having not shat myself in adult life, I don't want to start now.
Oh, I've shat myself far too many times around it, sadly. I actually, funny story, and we'll probably end with this one, I think. I was on a Slack call with my former boss, and he is a developer and was running me through a whole load of kind of like updates, and he was really, really in the zone. And I was like, I just couldn't stop him. And sometimes if I was on my AirPods, I would be able to be like, camera off, just mute, go in, do the business. But I didn't have my AirPods. I was on the laptop. There was absolutely no way, and we breached on the call, and I just sat there. I was like, I don't know where. I'm probably going to need to do some therapy at some point to work out why I didn't just say, because he's a good mate. I don't know why I just didn't say, look, I've got to go for a shit. Like,
5 minutes, please.
Yeah, just give me a break. Yeah. But I didn't. I just shit myself.
And that is how the name PKSRUNS was born.
Yeah, that's right. That honestly. There have been way too many incidents. Way too many incidents.
It's the one glover. When you see the one glover passing in the winter, I've seen that a couple of times. People with one glove, or missing that extra layer.
Yeah, I lost a jacket once. I used the jacket to wipe, and I threw it in a bin on Christmas Day, actually, 2 years ago. And I threw it in a litter bin, and then when I got home, I was like, that's a perfectly good running jacket. So I got in my car.
You're investing in
yourself.
Drove out, retrieved
it from the bin.
Yeah.
And it's still hanging up in the garage
with a new Go Faster stripe on it.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure. We absolutely should get out and go for a couple of runs before the Bridgwater Half Marathon.
When is it?
If anyone else wants to come and join us at the Bridgwater Half Marathon, you're very, very welcome. It's starting from a new location this year. So I didn't do it last year because it was starting from the other side of town, which quite frankly is just a pain in the arse to get to. Anywhere that involves having to drive for me just feels like a pain in the arse, but it's very close to my house. So perfect.
Yeah. And it comes straight past my house this year.
Yeah, that's right. We're going out to Cannington, aren't we?
Yeah, Cannington and round here somewhere. So it's probably all routes I've done 100 times before. So it'd be quite nice.
I think there's a bit past the golf course, and I think down past the college. Yeah. A little bit of a hill in there, but I think it'll be pretty nice.
Mm. Yeah.
And I realised when I introduced you as Jake, but are you Jacob?
See, it's funny. I am Jacob, but everyone calls me Jake. I think I got to work when I started where I work in 2012, and I'm 18 years old. Someone goes, "Are you Jake or Jacob?" And I went, "I don't mind," and everyone will always go for the easier option. So I thought Jake stuck, but to my family, mostly I'm a Jacob. But yeah,
you are a Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay.
But either or, I respond to it all.
You respond to it all. And what do you do for work?
So I work at the nuclear power station up the road, Hinkley Point B. And for the last 5 years, I've been Homer Simpson. So I've been in the control room, pushing buttons and controlling things and keeping the reactors safe. And recently, I've moved positions because of organisational restructuring into a accredited radioactive waste engineer. So I will look after radioactive waste and how we safely monitor and ship that to its appropriate disposal sites.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun. And do you know what? Love it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's amazing. You don't come across many people like you in my line of work, which is unemployment.
Yeah.
I mean, but genuinely, I mean, in real life, I have never met anybody else that has that job title or description. So
in my line of work, there are a few of them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it may sound a bit more specialist to you than it does to me, but no, it's an incredible job, great place to work, and I'm doing a lot of learning. I've got a hell of a lot of learning to do over the next 12 months to get my accreditation. Back in the books, and that's it. We talk about this work-life balance and finding time to go for a run. You need the time off, don't you? You need that time off from the books to go and do something for yourself.
I think time is the biggest. I think it can be our biggest asset, but it is our biggest time. It's our biggest suck, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's trying to you have to make decisions, don't you?
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Yeah, and hold yourself
Brilliant.
accountable. You know, you can easily waste 40 minutes on social media having a scroll and going through all of your YouTube content and watching all your vlogs, or you can just go out for a run. You can do it all in the same time.
Yeah, exactly right. Or you could waste time building Lego.
Yeah, I mean,
good time to plug this, folks. Trying to get to 3,455 pieces. A new follower represents a brick. So I put six bricks on this today, and that took me all of about 3 minutes. So, and then about an hour to make the reel about it. So,
yeah, the joys of social media, right?
Yeah. Well, Jake/Jacob, it has been an absolute pleasure. I can't tell you who is going to be next on the podcast because honestly, I don't know. I've got a couple of different people lined up, and honestly, it will depend on which one I get out first. The idea, guys, is that I want to get episodes out weekly. If we can get more out, then I will 100% get more out. So if you've got an interesting story and you would like to share it and you'd like me to ask you questions and interrogate you, I would love to hear from you. Do follow on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at PKSRUNS. And Jake, thank you so much. Where can people find you? Can they find you? Do you want to be found?
Not really, no. Strava, Jacob Mulholland. That's about the only place. I don't use social media for anything really. I don't post anything. I don't.
You did a little bit around the marathon, didn't you?
Yeah, for some fundraising. Yeah, some fundraising.
Are you going to be fundraising for the half?
I'm not. No, that wasn't my intention. I think it's very difficult. If I set myself an almost unachievable goal, like if I said I want to do it in 1:30, and you would laugh at me and go, absolutely fucking not. And if I said that's what I want to do, I'm putting myself through hell to get here because that's what you fundraise for, is to do something you would do every day. Yeah. I think running a half marathon, having just done a marathon a few months ago, I think people are like, well, we've already given you money for that. This is half the distance. Yeah. Why should we? So there's always space for charitable donation, isn't there? And then maybe I will. I've got a few charities that are close to me, so we'll see. Yeah, well, look, let's keep the 90-minute half marathon in the bank for next year. Yeah, next year. We'll give that one a go. Because I think more than achievable. Yeah. More than achievable. So that'll be a great one. Okay, look, that's like a false ending. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. And for Jake for chatting with me. It's been brilliant getting to know you. And we'll see you all in the next episode. Yeah, bye.